It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Friday, the 9th of May. I'm Michael Groff. Temperatures really heating up this weekend. We'll see daytime highs well over 100 degrees, staying shy of record territory, but still really hot. The hottest weather we've had so far this year. Now, next week, a cooling trend comes in. How cool will it get? Do we have any unsettled weather? Any more rain chances to talk about? We'll get into all of that and everything else as we dive on in. But before we do, it is Friday, and that means it's Photo Friday here. That's where we take a look at some of the photos and or videos that you guys have submitted. And first up, David Parnell. Last Saturday was the time, the place. Xavier Prep State 6A playoffs are going on, and it was a toasty time to be out there last weekend to watch high school sports. Temperatures up in the 90s. And this weekend, it's going to be even hotter. Now, luckily, the school year is winding down. We only have a few weeks left to go. But if you're out and about this weekend, suggest you stay in the shade. If you can't, I don't know. Maybe, well, definitely you want to have plenty of water with you, plenty of sunscreen, an umbrella, something, some kind of way to shade yourself, shield yourself from that very hot sun, because tomorrow and Sunday will be the hottest days we've had so far this year. And then Beth in North Phoenix, how does your garden grow? Well, every week we ask that question, and every week we show you these pictures that she sends us, and my goodness, look at the flowers going there. And we'd love to see that. Now, as temperatures heat up, I'm sure we're going to have a problem, but this last week with the precipitation we had around, it's going to help things keep on going out here in the West Valley. We had lots of rain, as we have talked about, on Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, and a little bit on Monday and Tuesday as well. So that's helped to keep things going here. But with those hot temperatures, well, we'll just have to see how things keep growing. Now, not quite as hot, that's for sure, as we head north. These are from Buck up there in Montana, pretty close to Helena, Montana. And the storm coming in, and still some snow in the mountains. And as you travel around, still a little bit of fog over there toward the mountains as well. Yeah, I know. The calendar says May, but Montana doesn't care about your calendar. Montana's going to do the kind of weather that Montana will do. And then we have this. Buck sends in some pictures from, well, of course, Cinco de Mayo just happened, so of course you got food. And anytime, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you're doing, you send in food pictures, they're going to make it on these videos. Because, yeah, it's a weather discussion, but I mean, really, come on. Food. And you know, when I do videos like this, oftentimes we get toward lunchtime. I mean, it's 11:23 when I'm doing this right now, and I'm getting pretty hungry. That looks good. And then we've got enchiladas. Chicken enchiladas. Sounds great. See, why even bother with the rest of the photos? We got food. Now I'm hungry. I'm going to be distracted. And then you got snow out there. Of course, it's Montana, so snow is going to happen in the month of May. You know that. David Nielsen, yeah, he was out on the West Valley too on Sunday, over toward Levine, I guess, and got some rain over there. Obviously, if you were west of Central Avenue, and especially west of the 17, you definitely saw some rain on Sunday afternoon and into Sunday evening. I believe Levine officially had somewhere around 1/3 of an inch of rain, but some parts in the West Valley, like here at Studio B, over 3/4 of an inch. Litchfield Park and parts of Avondale, parts of Goodyear had 3/4 of an inch to over an inch. I saw 1.22 inches just southwest of here. So it was quite wet on Sunday. Another area that's been wet, or that's more green than we are, and we head up toward the Pacific Northwest, and that's where you'll find Miles Sampson, and he sends in some pictures from Oregon, and he says, well, you know, being a desert dweller and then heading up to the Pacific Northwest, it takes some time for your eyes to adjust to all the green. That is true. And look at that, just gorgeous. So this is the time of year to start heading up there, as you know, they're getting into the drier season, the drier months of the year, especially as you go into June, July, August. But it is gorgeous up in the Pacific Northwest. Great time to get up there, get out of the heat. William sends in this. We showed you a graphic similar to this earlier this week. The rain totals, and again, most of those were on the West Valley. And this is from Steve up in Willow Creek. not too far from Kingman up on the northwest plateau of Arizona, and they had a half an inch of rain. So that's good. And again, further to the northwest, up toward the Las Vegas Valley, some significant rainfall up there. In fact, Las Vegas has had their wettest May on record. They had 4 consecutive days of measurable rain, 1.44 inches in total in Las Vegas, officially. So that's very impressive. So nice to see some records for something other than heat, although we might be seeing some pretty hot temperatures. Maybe not quite record-breaking, but hot temperatures in our forecast. Then we go international. These are from Zane down in Brisbane, Australia. And we always appreciate our view of Down Under. And again, you know, they're moving toward winter, and I'm jealous. And these are some fantastic pictures. Really do appreciate all of Zane's efforts. And I know that very creative young man, that Zane, with his videos and all of his pictures that he sends us. And we really, really do appreciate that. But we're not done here. I did mention we had a fair bit of rain out here at Studio B, and Michelle, the one and only Michelle, she got a little bit of video. Let me see if I have that. Here you go. Just listen to that. Nearly continuous thunder. And this went on for, well, the thunder went on for an hour and a half, the rain for several hours. So that's awesome. That's from out here at Studio B in Avondale. So thanks to Michelle for sending that over to me. And that's it. Photo Friday for the week. Groffshow@gmail.com. If you want to get in on Photo Friday, your photos or videos, it's GROFFshow@gmail.com for Photo Friday. Yes, of course, we love the weather-related stuff, but, you know, if it happens to be some food, if it happens to be your pets, I mean, hey, we'd love to see all of it. It's not just about the weather, you know? All right. Especially as we get into these hot temperatures, we're going to have to look at something other than these kinds of graphics that you're going to see here in just a moment. All right, let's get to it. Almanac from yesterday. Yeah. All right. 95 degrees was the afternoon high, 66 the morning low, 92 and 67 are the averages for this time of year. As we take a look outside right now here at 11:28 a.m., yeah, sunny sky, and yeah, we're already at 97 degrees at Sky Harbor. That was actually the temperature at 11 a.m. It's probably since a little bit warmer. 49, the dew point. Dew point snuck up a little bit there. Relative humidity, 19%. Wind from the east at 12. Barometer is falling. And just because I have that masochistic side of me, let's take a look at temperatures across the area right now. We are well up in the 90s in many spots. I see 94 in Scottsdale, 92 in Tempe, 93 in Arcadia. Look at 99 in Surprise. And 98 out here toward Goodyear. All right, satellite picture out here across the... I'm just not ready for it, I guess. I was hoping we could hang on to the cooler temperatures a little longer. We all know this is the reality of being out here in the desert Southwest, but all right. Satellite picture out here across the west. Severe clear for Arizona. High pressure is in control, and that's going to be the dominant feature for the weekend ahead. However, troughing will begin to dig in across the west, but it's going to take some time for that to impact us. So in the meantime, hot, and more heat. And some high clouds will start to come into the mix, but again, those won't be until about Sunday. All right, here's the watch warning map. Pretty quiet across the country. Now, for us, we do have an air quality alert, and that's issued by the Arizona Department of Environmental Quality, not just here, but across parts of southeast Arizona. Heat advisories for Southern California, with temperatures expected in excess of 100 degrees. Now, want to mention this. There's going to be, and because we will be seeing those, there's a new heat product from the National Weather Service, or it's a renamed heat product. And I believe, what are they calling it now? An extreme heat warning or something like that. So I just saw the blurb about it. I probably should have been following this a little bit more clearly, but I know the National Weather Service has wanted to start renaming some of these advisories. They've taken a number of polls, a number of surveys about this, and so they're going to try and start cleaning up some of these, the naming convention, the nomenclature for various watch warning products, I think, over the coming years, assuming that there is still a National Weather Service in about 3 years. We'll see. That's another topic for another day. All right. The convective outlook for today, we've got the standard slight risk of severe storms along the immediate Florida coast and into parts of southeast Georgia, the marginal risk for the Gulf Coast and up into the middle Atlantic states. For us in Arizona, of course, things quiet. Precipitation outlook valid through next Friday morning. Rain amounts in Phoenix, nothing statewide, essentially nothing, as of course we are in the dry season. Now, yeah, there could be a little bit of a wrench in the works next week. We'll talk about that in more detail as we get to the models right now, see what the future may hold. Here we go, the GFS. It's the 12Z run. This is valid 5 o'clock this afternoon. High pressure building in here across the southwest. Area of low pressure over the southeast, plenty of rain for the southeastern United States, but boy, oh boy, that's far, far away from us. We're just hot and getting hotter. Down at the surface for the rest of the day, today sunny, upper 90s to about 102 for the high. We might even push a little bit warmer than that based on current temperature trends. For tonight, clear and warm, lows in the 70s. And get used to that for a while. For tomorrow, sunny, warmer, highs 101 to 105. This should be the hottest day we've experienced so far this year. Sunday, partly sunny, highs still pretty close to 100 to 104 degrees. Going to Monday, partly sunny. Temperatures will trend down a few degrees, highs somewhere around 97 to 101. As troughing will begin to develop over the Pacific Northwest, and this will begin to weaken the ridge and nudge it off to the east. And much of next week, we will see a trough across the western United States, and that will help to cool us down because by Tuesday, high temperatures should drop maybe as much as 10 degrees with highs maybe back toward the low 90s, mid-80s, low to mid-80s perhaps on Wednesday. Again, with some clouds around at times, but precipitation should generally stay to the north of Arizona. This trough, obviously, it's not going to be nearly as intense as the system that came through here Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And it's going to be much further to the north, and there's just no moisture or dynamic support this far south. Again, could there be an isolated shower someplace across northern Arizona the middle part of next week? I suppose. But down here in the southern part of the state, we're not expecting that. And then here's Thursday, highs mid-80s to about 90 degrees, which is still a little bit below average. So we should at least see a couple of days, maybe a few days with temps below average but for the middle and latter part of next week. Here's a week from today. This is Friday, the 16th. And again, an area of low pressure just off to our west or southwest. Looks like temperatures would still hold at or slightly below average if this works out. Saturday the 17th. And again, a baggy little trough beginning to exit. And so temperatures, again, close to seasonal averages, maybe a degree or three shy of that mark if this verifies. Going out 10 days. This is Sunday the 18th. And ridging is starting to build back in. If that's right, temperatures are warming back up. So any cool down that we see next week, it's not going to last too long, and it won't be as dramatic as the one we had a few days ago. And way out here toward the end of the forecast period, it sure looks like temperatures will be getting well back up into the 90s. And probably not too long after that, triple-digit heat may return. Looking at rainfall for Phoenix, this goes out through the 23rd of the month. It's off the GFS ensemble. Forget it, nothing doing there. European ensemble, pretty much the same story. The ensemble mean is almost zero. Temperatures off the national blend of models. Hot today, hotter tomorrow, Sunday, Monday. Then temps will lower a bit as we go into the middle and latter part of next week. And then at least the NBM doesn't show any more triple digits after that, but at some point, of course, they will return. All right, that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here on Monday morning, but of course, updates before that if necessary. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, then be sure to support the channel. Click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube. Make those monetary contributions to us. Even better than that, of course, is if you donate to us via PayPal. grofshow@gmail.com is our PayPal address. It's GROFF show@gmail.com for PayPal. All right, a couple of other announcements here. First, of course, most importantly, the executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my OAO, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Blogs, videos, everything Michelle and Adriana related. It's all linked up down in the description. Our streaming station, it's still there. It's available 24/7, 365, called KMGX. Play a ton of music, have a lot of fun with that. Give that a listen. It's also linked up in the description. But here's the other big announcement. Next Tuesday, that's Tuesday the 13th, I will be performing. Yes, I will be out. I know this is a scary thought, but you can come and check me out. I will be at the Chill Room in Tempe. That is on Tuesday night, 7 to 9 p.m. Now, it's not, I will not be on stage the entire 2 hours. There's another group of folks that's going to be performing, but we will be on, I believe, after them. So at 8:30, myself and Johnny. You've over the years, you've heard some of our music. You've heard some of our stuff on these videos off and on. Some of my stuff, a little bit of Johnny on there. So, come on down, watch us perform. We do some singing. We don't do any dancing, but we'll do some singing. We'll do some playing, some jamming. Johnny on his guitar, me on the keyboards, and so that'll be fun. So check us out at the Chill Room in Tempe. Real good place. It's called the Chill Room. I'll point out there's no alcohol served there. It's a bar, but it does not have alcohol. It's it's an environment for just chilling out. They do have food. They do have drinks, all manner of different kinds of drinks, just non-alcoholic. And so come on down and hang out, and it'll be a good time. All right. There you go. And we'll probably mention that over the weekend, next week. We'll keep plugging that for you. And who knows, if it goes well, maybe I'll get out there and perform again. If not, then I'll just stay right here in this tiny little studio, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's my first public performance anywhere, so I've certainly played a lot at music stores around the valley and across the country over the years and all that, but never actually out in front of an audience. So we'll see how that goes. I know I do this. I've done podcasts for years and years and years and run stations and been on the radio and all this other stuff. But this is a little bit different, I guess. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support, so greatly appreciated. Please, please, please be safe. I want you to stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and you guys have yourselves a great Friday and a wonderful weekend.